Climate change. IPCC scientists say it's now or never to limit warming.
Here's a summary of the article.
A key UN body says in a report that there must be rapid, deep and immediate cuts in carbon dioxide emissions. Global emissions of CO2 would need to peak within 3 years to stave off the worst impacts. After a contentious approval session where scientists and government officials went through the report line by line, the UN's Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change has now published its guidance on what the world can do to avoid an extremely dangerous future. To stay under 1.5 C according to the IPCC means that carbon emissions from everything that we do, buy, use or eat must peak by 2025, and tumble rapidly after that, reaching net zero by the middle of this century. Speaking to BBC News she said, "We have to peak our greenhouse gas emissions before 2025 and after that, reduce them very rapidly. And we will have to do negative emissions or carbon dioxide removal in the second half of the century, shortly after 2050 in order to limit warming to 1.5 C. Having the right policies, infrastructure and technology in place to enable changes to our lifestyles and behavior can result in a 40 to 70% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions by 2050. This offers significant untapped potential," said IPCC co-chair Priyadarshi Shukla. The idea of quick emissions reductions and large negative emissions technologies are a concern, said Professor Arthur Peterson, from UCL, who was an observer in the approval session.
This post received a score of 43,000, with an upvote ratio of 85%. Here are the top comments in response to this article.
Greater than. It's now or never to limit warming so. Never.
Governments can't even band together to cut off Russian gas and invest drastically in green energy. So yeah.
Humans couldn't even be on the same side against a virus. We're all fucked.
Yeah, the pandemic really downgraded my optimism on us getting our shit together on climate change honestly.
Yep, it's that same example of watching a scary movie and seeing a person go closer to danger versus leaving it. I used to say, no one is that dumb. But now I say, my neighbor Bill would do that, for sure. It's now or never to go after the big polluters.
The report does mention ending all fossil fuel subsidies within 2025.
Having the right policies, infrastructure and technology in place to enable changes to our lifestyles and behavior can result in a 40 to 70% reduction in greenhouse gas emissions by 2025. This offers significant untapped potential, said IPCC co-chair Priyadarshi Shukla.
We can't get together and cooperate to wear masks in the face if a pandemic where people died daily. No way is this dimensional universe going to global humanitarian cooperation towards a common higher goal, not until aliens invade and attempt to enslave mankind as anal sex slaves. I honestly believe that is just about the only thing that will bring mankind together. Edit. I wrote this first thing out of bed while getting stoned. Yes, the grammar is atrocious, live with it.
Let's be real. The rich and powerful would sell the poor to the aliens as anal sex slaves.
Considering human trafficking and sex slavery are happening right now, yeah.
If we could go ahead and acknowledge that the general public has absolutely no fucking control over what packaging or materials corporations use, and it is absolutely corporations doing the fucking polluting. We have no say over whether an agricultural company uses pollutants to control pests. We have no say over whether oil and gas companies switch to green energy production. I already buy sustainable, drive less, recycle as much as I physically can.
The messaging, while probably unintentional, is coming across as, yeah, just fucking kill corporate heads and revolt against the current world order. Cause realistically, the only thing the average Joe can do, if even possible depending on your country, location, is vote for politicians who say they will fight for better climate control. But until they're in, only if they actually win, we have no way of even knowing if they can or will even attempt to make good on those promises. So realistically all a normal person can do is become a revolutionary or terrorist.
This video was automatically created by Reddit to speech. The article and comments in this video were selected from Reddit according to their upvotes, and any paraphrasing was performed by smmry.com, without any human intervention.